After winning their 6th Champions League in the last 10 years, Madrid are dominating European football like never seen before. They're demolishing the record books, and it's incredible to watch how they win matches and tournaments. This video will explore the 5 biggest reasons why this era of Real Madrid from 2014 to now should be considered the greatest club side of all time. Reason number 5 is, who else are the greatest club sides ever? So let's discuss which club sides are generally considered the greatest club team of all time. There's the Ajax side of the mid-60s to 70s with superstar player Johan Cruyff, where football tactics was revolutionized and they won 3 European trophies in a row. Then there's the Liverpool dynasty of the mid-70s to mid-80s under manager Bob Paisley with Kenny Dalglish as the superstar player. They won 7 league titles and 4 European trophies. Then there's AC Milan side of the late 80s under Arrigo Sacchi with players like Ruud Gullit, Frank Rijkaard and Marco van Basten, where they won back-to-back European trophies and 3 league titles. Then there's Pep Guardiola, Lionel Messi's Barcelona era of 2008 to 11, where they rewrote the modern day tactics books, winning 3 consecutive league titles and 2 European titles. Finally, there's the Real Madrid side of the 1950s under Alfredo Di Stefano and Ferenc Puskás, where they won an unprecedented 5 European trophies in a row. And it was this side that made Real Madrid into the club it is today, and it gave them the European Championship DNA. And then you finally have this current Real Madrid side, and they go above the rest because they've won 6 European trophies. And let's continue the list to see more reasons why. So number 4 is their achievements. So in total, Real Madrid have won 6 European trophies in the last 10 years, plus 4 league titles. Before their period of domination started in 2014, they hadn't won the European trophy since 2002. They chased the famed La Decima, the 10th title, for a long time, and they finally broke that duck in 2014. Barcelona would win the following year in 2015, but then Madrid would go on to win the European trophy in 2016, 2017 and 2018, 3 in a row under manager Zinedine Zidane. This feat alone was unheard of in the modern game, to win back to back to back, and it was just something impossible to do considering how competitive European football had become. And there was already a discussion on are they the greatest side ever, but due to their lack of dominance in the league, that discussion was put on hold. So after the 3 in a row, their greatest ever player, Cristiano Ronaldo, would leave, and people thought that this dominance was over. But then 3 years later, in 2022, they would unexpectedly win the European trophy again. And now in 2024, they've won it again, which makes it 6 European trophies in 10 years. They've broken all kinds of records, including the 1950s side of Di Stefano, where they won 5 in a row. To put it in context, in the last 10 years, Real Madrid have won more Champions Leagues than Barcelona have won in the whole of their history, and they've equaled the amount that Liverpool and Bayern Munich have won in all of their history. In the last 10 years, Madrid have won that much. So next reason is, let's look at the key players. We know the obvious legends of this team. You have Cristiano Ronaldo, Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema, Sergio Ramos, Marcelo, Vinicius Jr. But let's discuss a lesser known star, their right back Dani Carvajal, and the records he's broken. Carvajal came from the Madrid youth ranks, and Carvajal, along with Modric, Nacho and Toni Kroos, joined Paco Gento from the 1950s team. They are the only 5 players in history to have won 6 European titles. However, Carvajal has the distinguished accomplishment of being the only player from this Madrid side to have been in the starting 11 in all 6 of those finals and the wins. That's because Toni Kroos was a sub in his first European title win with Bayern Munich, Nacho was an unused sub for most of his title wins, and Modric was only a sub in the latest win in 2024. So Carvajal has started all 6 of the finals and won them all. So it seemed poetic for Carvajal to score the winner in the latest win against Dortmund. In those 10 years of dominance, the 6 championships were split between 3 for Ancelotti and 3 for Zidane. Both managers played a similar counter-attacking style of football. They let the key players shine instead of hammering down them with tactics. Due to the lack of distinctive style of football, fans have been reluctant to call them the greatest side. But Madrid have shown that their mentality and their resiliency and their will to win will be the lasting legacy of this team. Speaking of mentality, this is reason number 2 of why this Real Madrid side are the greatest club side of all time. It's important to know that Real Madrid weren't always this great. Winning European trophies was never a guarantee for them, and it's only this group of players that have brought back this insane winning mentality. So they first won 5 in a row in 1955 all the way to 1960. Madrid won their 6th European title in 1966, but after that they went 32 years without winning the European trophy. They finally won it in 1998 and they won 2 more after that in 2000 and 2002, with players like Roberto Carlos, Morientes and Raul starting all 3 finals. Madrid after that struggled to win again, even with Galactico players like Zidane, Ronaldo, Figo and Beckham. Madrid had to watch their rivals Barcelona win 3 European titles while they won 0 in that period. But finally in 2014, with this new crop of players led by Cristiano Ronaldo, Sergio Ramos and Luka Modric, they finally captured La Decima. Mentality and resiliency is how they won most of their trophies. They played a blistering counter-attacking football and they scored a lot of goals, but they never knew how to give up on a match. Their first final in 2014, they had to rely on a 90th minute header by Sergio Ramos to take it to extra time. In 2016, they won on penalties. In 2022, they had the most fortunate run where Benzema scored an unlikely hat-tricks and he was scoring last-minute goals against PSG and Man City to take them to the final. In the final, Liverpool dominated them, but they managed to scrape a 1-0 victory, and that's the same for 2024 final, where Dortmund dominated in the first half, but they found their way to win again. And finally, the last reason to discuss of their greatness is the transition to future. It is beautiful how they've done the transition with this new crop of players. The Madrid side are scary when you look at the prospect of their future. Now, the last 10 years where they won 6 European trophies, they had 2 iterations of teams, where the first batch had Ronaldo, Bale, Sergio Ramos, Varane, and they left and fans thought the era was done. But Madrid was so clever, they kept Benzema, Modric, Cruz and many other players who had the winning mentality, and the Madrid decided to get a new crop of players and get the old guys to teach them this winning mentality. So in came the likes of Vinicius Jr., Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Courtois, and this new crop of players were part of the transition and they were taught the winning mentality, the DNA by the old heads, and they were able to win 2 more European trophies, making it 6 in total. And now this new crop of players has the same winning mentality as the old crop did. The likes of Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo will be carrying on the torch. And to make it even scarier, Kylian Mbappe, the best player in the world, will be joining this team. And it's going to be hard to see how this current team of young Galacticos don't carry on dominating like the way they are. This Real Madrid side have the mentality, the resiliency, the teamwork, the DNA to win, and the achievements they've done. They should be considered the greatest club side of all time. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the content.